everybody, and welcome to Frankie Upcycles. I've been doing some little changing up and stuff. You know, that was my catch-all. I had everything in there. Well, I've moved my computer in there now, and so I'm hoping that's going to help me out, because when I video, I do it on my phone, and then I have to do half of it on my phone, half of it on my computer. I don't know why, but anyway, that's the way I do it. We're going to get started on some of these jeans and stuff over here. Right here, this pile of stuff. So I'm going to pull those out, pick me a pair of pants, and we're going to upcycle them. I think that's a short-legged pair. That's like back in the day we called them pedal pushers. I think they call them capris now. I don't know. These, I'm not doing nothing to. I like them as they are. Here's a pair. Do those or these. See, I am going to stop right there, and I'm going to go any, mini, miny, mo, and I'm going to pick these. Does anybody know what that means? Any, mini, miny, mo. Who is Mo? Anyway, Mo picked these. I'm going to do something with these. The reason I like them is because they had that bell bottom leg, and I'm feeling late 70s, late 70s, I guess. I'm going to put me a big peace sign at the bottom of here. That's just what I'm thinking so far. And then we're going to go from there. So here's my template book. And this is just stuff that I have gotten off of the internet. I like this. I think I might do something with this, or this one, or that. Let's see. There's a big heart. Crosses, stars. Uh-oh, get my cross back in there. I think I might use that. Star, let's see. Don't I have... There's some butterflies. That would be cute. And I have a peace sign somewhere. I thought I did, because I think I put it on a shirt one. Here it is. I put it on a shirt one time, but that's before I started videoing. I should show you the shirt. I think I'll go get it. Here is what I cut out back then, and it's this, and this says peace. If I spread it out. Let me go get that shirt. So here's that shirt I was telling you about. I didn't do a video on it. That's before I started videoing and stuff. But isn't that pretty? There's my peace sign right there. There's my peace sign. And then on the back, it's sort of camouflage, but can you see love? L. Heart is a O. V. E. Yeah, that's before I started filming. But anyway, I thought that was cute. Now, I got these wings right here, and I was thinking about putting some lace on there and getting them on, but I wonder if you'll notice what they are. I mean, that looks like wings, don't it? Anyway, I'm going to cut that out and put some lace and maybe a little flower or something in the middle on my pants. All right, I'm also thinking about doing this bird right here. So this is what it'll look like. Now I just cut those little pieces out, and it should look like this right here. Now, I think I showed these to you in one of my other videos. It's flowers, you just keep cutting them out, put them on top of each other, or you can use them individual. But I'm going to start with what I got first and go from there and see if I need anything else. You know me, I'm always trying to overdo it. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, I just want to send a shout out to Julia and Donna and Lisa from England. How about that? Can you imagine my videos going that far? All right, I think I'm going to start out with this little bird right here. I'm going to trace it out. And then I've got to find something for his beak and the wing. Okay, so I've got my little bird cut out, and there's his little wings, and there's his little snout. And for this right here, I thought about putting a button, but I just went ahead and put a magic marker right there. I think that pretty much matches up, so I got to sew that together, and we'll be on to the next one. Got me another little bird cut out, and I'm fixing to sew him together. I think what I'm going to do is just use this blue piece of material since it's right here. And I'm going to put this lace on top of it, so that way you can see what's behind there. And then I'm going to take this and put it on there. I'm just going to sew it around, then pull the paper off. Now I'm going to cut it out and see what it looks like. I think I'm going to use these pinking shears. Alright, I got it cut out. Let's see what it's going to look like. Is it going to be good or is it going to be a bust? I'll get this paper over here. I think I'm fixing to mark this one out and cut this one out. All right, I finally got that cut out. I love my crosses. You know, Lord Jesus come down and died that terrible death on the cross, but he arose in 3 days, so gotta love the cross. Anyway, I'm gonna put this on there, sew that together, and that'll be one more. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on my peace sign. I'm gonna trace it, do a better job, and I'm gonna cut that out. Okay, look at there. That's pretty neat, isn't it? I like that. I got this from Temu when I was ordering a bunch of stuff off of there, a bunch of stuff that I really didn't need, so it's still sitting in my pile. I think I might just throw her on right there somewhere, or maybe on the other leg or something. But you know what I hadn't done yet? I hadn't opened up the side seams so I can get in there to sew this stuff yet, so I'm gonna have to do that. Look here, I cut this off of a t-shirt. Ain't that cute? Okay, you're not gonna guess what I found. You're not gonna guess. But if you know me, you probably know what it is. But I'm fixing to show it to you. It's a pocket. So all this stuff that I'm doing, this is my scrap box. And so this is where I'm getting all my stuff. And I got to use it up, do something with it. It's just too much. All right, tracing me out a butterfly. Okay, so I've made me a little flower, and it's time to start putting them on. What's my husband outside doing? These are those little pants that I showed you that I got along with some stuff. I love them because they had little pockets on them. Ain't they cute? They're just darling. And I cut me one out. Imagine that. Okay, here's the pants that I'm gonna decorate, and they fit good. They fit snug. So I don't think I need to cut those seams because I don't need the pants any tighter. So I think I'll just try to undo it from the sides or through the crotch and open it up that way, because I was going to, you know, do them like those other ones down the side, but I don't think I have enough fabric to do that with. Anyway, I got to quit for a minute. I got to go fix a bite of supper. My husband's hungry. Okay, we had chicken salad. Let me show you this. I think I can just cut that off, and I think this will probably be enough. I just know I need to follow this all the way down, you know, because they're sort of tight on me. So I think I will just follow this, undo it, and then follow this seam all the way down when I get ready to sew them back up. I think that'll be okay. All right, I'm going to start by cutting these legs off right here. I already cut one of them off, the bottom of them, because they're too long, and then that'll give me access to get to that seam. I'm going to have to cut them off again, I know, because they were way too long, but I'm going to just start there. All right, so I'm all the way at the top. I got it open, so all I'm going to do now is just open it on up. I'm just going to cut that band. All right, oops, made a boo-boo there. Maybe I can fix it when I sew it up. Okay, so I went to my little stash of cuffs and sleeves and whatnot, and I come up with this right here. I'm finish cutting this off right here, and then I am going to sew it together on both sides, and it'll look like this. So it'll look like a little pocket, and guess what I'll put in it? Lipstick. chapstick. Didn't it turn out cute? Look at there. Now, it fits your chapstick, your chapstick, your lipstick, everything like that. But you know what? I don't smoke, but, you know, for you ladies or gentlemen that smoke, you know, that'll hold your lighter. So, just saying. Okay, so we got all this stuff. We need to figure out where it's going. So I need to start placing stuff wherever I want them. Get my little appliques that I made. I've got way too many, but, you know, I'm going to pick what I want. And there's that chicken again. I'm going to have to use that chicken. It shows up every time I try to do something like that. But anyway, I'm going to play with this a little bit and then decide where I want to put all this stuff. And then we'll start to sew it on. I played that back, and that's a bad angle. Look at this. Looks like it's resting. It's taking a break, I guess. I don't know. Well, I can suck it in, but that's not the real me, so sorry. I've lost that peace sign that I cut out, and that was the whole purpose of me doing it, for the peace sign and the going with that theme, and I've cut it out, and in this sea of stuff, I can't find it, and that makes me mad. I'll just cut me another one. All right, here's where I've placed the stuff that I want. I love that. I think it's just cute. And that right there is not wanting to lay flat. I wish I could find that other one. I'll find it after I'm all through and done. Anyway, here's my stuff. And there's my pocket. Let me show you this. You know, I'm all about functional and using. Anyway, I've cut this off. I cut this off of a cuff of jacket, blue jean jacket. I'm gonna put it right here. And then this right here is like one of those shower curtain rings. I've got them other rings, but I just thought I liked that because it had beads on it. And anyway, then you can put your keys on it, whatever you got to do, if you have to. But I just thought that was a fun idea. All right, so I'm gonna work on the back now. I got all that other sewed on the front, and with this right here, it's a long strip, but I unfolded it. It come off of a curtain. A friend gave it to me, and it's got little cute birds on it. So I'm not going to do as much to the back. I'm going to cut some of these out, and I'm going to put them on the back leg. All right, I got them cut out. I got them placed where I want them. I think that's sort of cute. I'm going to sew those on. I think he just likes to ride on that lawnmower. All right, I went to his man cave and filmed him cutting the grass out his window. He would kill me if he knew I was putting him on these videos. All right, got everything sewn on, front and back. And now what I'm fixing to do is just take them to the machine. I'm gonna line them up on the edges, and I'm gonna follow this dark seam all the way down. And they fit me everywhere else except the waist, so I'm just gonna take it up just a little bit through here, taper it down, and off I go. To the sewing machine. Okay, so I made these and didn't get to use them. They just didn't go with what I was going for. And that stupid chicken there, or is that a rooster? And I'm going to have to put him on something to get rid of him. He shows up every time I try to do appliques. Anyway, I didn't get to use these, but I'll use them on something else. Okay, all through, all done. Got them on, and I'm fixing to take some pictures. But before I do that, I want to tell everybody thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I appreciate you. I have a added thing that I put on these pants. It's my surprise. Probably not a surprise to you because y'all know probably what it is. But anyway, if you figure out what it is from the pants that you've seen, the pants I got on, put it in the comment